What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of You Heard What I Said, where we discuss real, raw conversations about life, love, relationships, and the lessons we've learned. As always, like, subscribe, and share if you enjoy the content. And it's your girl, Precious, and I'm here once again with my boy, Keon. How's it
What?
going?
Everything's good over here. What's up?
That's
How are you?
wonderful. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I had a good week. There's this like nationwide 40 plus club. It's like a double dutch club. So
Like
my
double, like
yes, like when you a
kind of
teen,
hop
yeah.
in. Yeah. All right, all right.
Yes, that they're known nationwide. And my bestie has been trying to get me to go with her on Mondays for the longest. And finally, this past Monday, I was like, you know what? Get up and go. And I loved it. It was like the energy was awesome. So many people, me and my bestie were the youngest ones there. So you talking about people in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s out there jumping and getting it.
Whether
Like,
was it like how we were, where you just, or were they like doing the stuff where you hop on
no.
someone's back and stuff like that?
Well, it wasn't like okay, well, let me stop because see, I was focused on they like, are you gonna jump today? So we like went off to the side in the cut because I
Uh,
had told them it's been about 30 years since I've jumped some ropes.
oh
So
my
I
gosh!
really didn't see what the other people were doing.
Right.
But when I did get a chance to like sneak, they weren't like doing stunts like where they were jumping over people. But if you go to their page, yeah, they do all of that. They jump over people, be doing dance moves, all of that. It was awesome. And then not just jump rope, like after jump rope, you do like hula hooping. That wasn't me.
And you know
it
what?
was
Speak,
not
speak,
working.
speaking of that, talking about double dutch. I don't know
Mhm.
if for those listeners, I don't know if they know what double dutch is. It's a whole new generation. So
Oh,
you might even want to
shoot.
explain it because some may not even know what that is.
Heck, how do I even explain double dutch? Double dutch is like jump rope where instead of just going in one circular motion, you're going like this,
And there's one person
and
on
it's,
one
it's
end, one
like,
person on the other end, right?
yes,
And then
uh-huh,
yeah,
right. Yep, you get
that's-
like two ropes, coming together. And you got to get in there, jump in, and you do your little jumping. You can do pop-ups, mambos. They got all the little songs and everything, and it's a hell of a workout. Let me tell you.
I feel you.
That
Wow.
night and the next day, I was in some pain.
So you use muscles you haven't used in a while, huh?
Who you telling? Look, I
I
was
hear
so
you.
happy because I literally first try, I got in there and I jumped. Wasn't as long as the others, but I got in there and I did it, and it was
You probably you probably
awesome.
you probably thought you were jumping for like 5 minutes, but it up being like 10 seconds.
Right, it probably wasn't 10. But yeah, they
Oh
have that.
man,
They have the hula hoop. Like I said, that was not my forte.
right.
And then they do like line dancing. They have like their own line dancing that you have to learn. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Like this is a lot of instruction coming to me, but it was a great time. I went on and signed up and I will be there every Monday, even though they do it every day. But my bestie only goes on Monday. So we're gonna start with these Mondays and then we'll try to get at least 2 times a week, then maybe 3 times a
Wait a
week.
minute.
But it was
So
a
you
good
say they do
time.
it's every day?
Yes, they do it every day, Sunday through Saturday. They're like locations all around, the state. Yeah. They're nationwide, but around our state. They're like different little cities,
Yeah,
locations for it. It
that's
was it
cool.
was great. Yeah. It was real good. I think the oldest there was like 77, I believe. But yeah,
What?
I know. Put me to shame. Put me to shame. I'm trying to catch my breath, taking water breaks.
And she
But
like
yeah.
just hopping and skipping. Dang.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. But everybody was so welcoming, hugging, everybody was so happy, for all the new members that showed up. So it was a really good time. Really good
That's
time.
cool. That's cool.
Hmm.
Well, my weekend and week wasn't exciting as yours. Just
I'm
you
sure it was
know,
good.
I mean, it was. I'm blessed to be here. So that's
That
always a
part.
good thing. But also, man, we're keeping a tradition in our household. I think we're
Hmm.
doing having a tradition that's been going on for I don't know, maybe about 4 years straight, 5 years
Hmm.
straight. And
Mhm.
so that's what's happening with us right now. And
Okay.
that tradition is our
Right.
AC going out every summer.
I just knew you was coming with something else like game night, taco night, or something. Not
Yeah, you know, that's
not broken air conditioning night.
it's yeah,
Oh
it's
my
almost as hot
goodness.
as it is in here than it is outside, and outside it's almost three digits. But yeah, every
Oh,
year,
that's
I mean, we get it served, we
sweet.
get it served. It's a brand new one too, so it's something that we're doing wrong.
Mhm.
But it's every summer it happens to not like us, you know,
Oh
and
my
so
goodness. Are
yeah,
they coming
so
out soon to fix it?
well, I mean, we didn't notice until it's been happening the past day where it kind of took
Mhm.
forever to get to the
Yeah.
normal temperature. And
Right.
then
Mhm.
today, instead of going down, it started going up. And so yeah, so we're like, all
The
right.
wrong direction.
Right. So we did. I mean, one of last night was my fault. Where you're
Mhm.
supposed to like, I don't know if you know, but you're supposed to like put vinegar down the drain, the tube on the air conditioner thing that's inside the house or
I
garage
didn't
or
know
wherever.
that.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Like, with us, we have a little switch that you
Okay.
turn off the AC. There's a little switch. You pull it
Mhm.
up, then pour vinegar down to clean out the stuff, the nasty stuff that's in there that can
Ah.
stop it. So you're supposed to do it like every month, every time you change your air
Ooh.
filter. So we've been doing
Ooh.
it,
Okay.
regularly. But
Mhm.
last night, not to say that this is a reason for today, but I forgot to put the little
Mhm.
switch back in there, which
Oh.
which alarms you if
Mm.
it's if well, yeah, uh, but it was messing up before that. So I
Yeah.
know I'm part of the culprit and part of the problem. But yeah, I reached out to him today, so it's gonna be taken care of next couple of days. But
Okay.
we just got a new fan, and you know it's hot. But we'll deal with it. It's like I said, just keeping the tradition going, so it's all good. So whether like I said, it's a brand new one too because we got this one maybe I think it's only 2 years old.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, so it's brand new with the brand new Freon, yeah, all this stuff. But that's all. Other than that, just it's all good. I was just excited to be recording with you, and
Hey,
yeah,
yes.
and I don't know about hitting the double dutch, but
Right.
maybe,
They don't know about that life where you was by yourself sometimes outside, so you had to hook it to a fence and make your own little double dutch. It'd be
and it
like you and one
worked.
other person. Yes, well, you need one other person because
Yeah.
supposed to be at least three people, two turning, one person
Oh
jumping.
yeah, yeah. But I'm saying on the
Yeah,
other side, instead of having that person there hooking up to the fence,
yeah,
and you've
yeah.
never
You could at
thought,
least turn. You know what? But
yeah,
some people would do like a single and they would jump at the same time. I did not have that skill level, but yes, it would be
okay,
me and my old friend. I don't know, I don't know if people want me to say their names yet, but
yeah,
who used
yeah.
to live right across the street from me. And yes,
Oh,
we would be
okay.
doing our double dutching. So yeah, that was a
Dang,
good time. Good time,
that's
good
awesome.
energy, all of that. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get into topic number one, and that is people will forget what you say, but never how you make them feel. So, what do you think about that? Do you want to start this off, me, or you know what I'm saying?
I'll start
Let's
this one
get
off, and you
to it.
start the
Okay,
next one off. Yeah,
okay, sounds good. Yeah, we could
mine's
do
gonna
that.
be mine's gonna be brief, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that's 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, as you get older, in many cases, unless you're
Mm-hmm.
taking some what is it, some ginkgo biloba or so or some other stuff. I know there's some all natural stuff, whatever, to keep your memory going. But unless you keep
Right.
up with that, you tend to forget things and
Mm-hmm.
what things that happened or things that what people said. But that feeling, you always remember that. You always remember that moment when, and then you can fill in the blank.
Mm-hmm.
Whether if
Mm-hmm.
if it's a vacation, if it's a phone call. A lot of times you hear about your favorite teacher, and you may not remember what that teacher said, but you always remember how that
Yes.
teacher, how that teacher made you feel. Was it your third
Mhm.
grade teacher or if your fifth grade teacher, but you remember their name. Sometimes you may not remember their name, but you remember that that was a special teacher because of something. Whether if you were in theater and they did something to uplift you, they
Mhm.
and gave you that confidence. Because even if you hear actors and actresses, they talk about people that were there and helped them when they were in need, or helped them when they needed that
Right.
extra push or boost. And they probably
Mhm.
won't remember what they said, but they just
Mhm.
remember that feeling. And so I 100% agree with that. One of the things also is like if you're on a phone call with someone, and I know you may not really hear, you may not really feel or hear what they're saying, but a lot of
Mhm.
times when you ask questions, let's say if
Mhm.
you're on a phone call and you're asking all these questions, like, and then they're talking, and then you just kind of, oh, really? So what about this? And then they start talking
Mhm.
for 5 minutes, and then you say something like, oh, okay, well, how'd that work out for you? And then they start
Mhm.
talking another 5 minutes, and then you say, oh, really? Well, what happened next? And then they talk for another 5 minutes, and all of a sudden you might have said like 10, 15 words in that 20-minute
Yeah.
conversation, and they did all the most
Mhm.
talking, and they're like, man, that person, man, I had that was one of the best conversations I ever had. And
Mhm.
you only said, a few things,
Right.
but it's just how
Right.
you made them feel because they felt you were listening. They felt that they gave you the platform to talk and everything like that. So I could go on and on and on, but
Mhm.
100%, it's that feeling that you get. You could say I love you. You could say or whatever, but if you don't put any feeling or emotion behind those words,
Mhm.
it's not going to work.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with everything that you said. Actually, my little notes that I took on the topic are pretty much verbatim. So we are definitely on the same wavelength when we talk about this. Because yes, I think it's absolutely true. Like you could say words all day long, and the next day, the next month, or hell, knowing me, probably the next hour, I'm going
Right.
to what you said. There's
Yeah.
no verbatim or none of that. I
Yeah.
most likely will forget, but I'm always going to remember how somebody made me feel. Whether it's returning home from a family event,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, work function, hanging out with friends, or, I'm saying, even time with my man, or, soon to be man, we manifesting him right now. He's
Like,
coming.
subscribe, comment, do all those things.
That part, you heard what I said.
Yeah, there you go.
But yes, I'm always going to remember, that feeling that I'm left with, that, ooh, this was fun, or, ooh, I had a good time. That lifted my spirits. Or even if it was like, oh my goodness, that drained me, or,
Right, right.
really left me feeling uneasy, whatever that emotion was, you remember that. You can always remember, like, man, we had such a good time. You like, you can't wait to get home. You're texting the people like, I had a great time. I can't wait till we do this again. You remember that, and especially when it's the good times, but you
Hmm.
remember those bad ones too,
Yeah, I didn't even
but
think about that. Yeah, you're right. The bad ones
yeah,
too, that sticks.
yeah. So I can vividly remember this one time that we were mom used to be part of a bowling group, so I don't remember what night it was, but we would go bowling all the time. And this time, it was me, you, and our cousin Darren and our older brother. Yeah, I believe it was all of us there. And we're all who was in the I'm not sure. It was either you or our older brother in the front seat, and I'm in the back seat, and I can remember you all like arguing about, like, it was, I think, some who was gonna get out the car first. I'm not sure what happened, but I think maybe you all were racing to get into the building. I'm not sure, but I do remember that I was sitting in the middle because I was the youngest, and I tried to get out the car, and you all were rushing, and I just remember that door just slammed on my fingers. And I remember I screamed, and after I screamed, our cousin Dare screamed, like everybody just started screaming. And it was like like I said, I don't remember all the words or anything
Uh,
that was said, but I definitely remember that pain.
right.
I remember that feeling of everybody, like, it was fun. Everybody's playing around. It's like all fun and games till somebody get hurt. that person was
I'm
me.
feeling that pain right now. I mean,
I
gosh.
know
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
the worst. And, cars back then are a little different. They don't have
yeah,
all the rubber, but
yeah.
luckily it was just a little swollen. We would still went to the polling event. Nobody went
Hey,
home.
hey, go mess up our day, huh? You're good.
Like just a little car door.
Yeah. Swelling go down. Just take the pain for a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what happened. We went
Man.
inside, got some ice, and I was good to go, in a couple of hours. But yeah, I definitely remember that feeling. So I think it's just, the emotions and feelings that we're connected to. You remember when somebody brings you joy or when
Right.
somebody brings you heartache,
Yeah.
those are the things. You're not going to remember, what somebody said, but
Yeah.
you
You.
definitely, yeah, remember that emotion that they leave you with. That feeling just doesn't go away.
Right.
You
So,
know?
like you said, it's not the exact words that you'll remember,
Mm-mm.
but good or bad. I didn't think about the bad, but you're right. Good or
Yeah.
bad, you will remember that moment in time. And like you were talking about at age 4, that's or whatever age you were when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I definitely was super super young when that happened.
Yeah.
It it was, yeah, probably about close to 40 years ago. And yeah, you never forget that. Never at all. But I mean, it's, like I said, it's not what a person says to you, it's the feeling that they left you with. Did you leave that conversation feeling stressed or triggered,
Right.
or did you leave it feeling calm and content and at peace?
Man, that's some strong words. That's right. Yeah.
All right. So on that, let's take a sip. What are you drinking
Oh,
on today?
oh, what am I drinking on today? Well, actually, today I was downstairs in the kitchen.
Uh-oh. What you come up with?
I just, I just ran into just, I just happened to run into an old friend named Jack.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I got in here.
Oh,
So
tell
yeah,
him I said hello.
all right. I sure will. What
I
about
just,
you?
as always, just got a little white wine over here. Not gonna lie, I had a few sips before we started, so
Oh, good.
definitely got me feeling nice.
Our house is a no judgment zone, so we're good. We're good over here. I always
Right.
talk about
So
that.
yes, cheers to
Cheers to
you.
you. Hmm.
Kind of strong over there, huh?
It is, yeah. I'm not used to. Yeah, this is not my go-to drink, but I just wanted to have this today because I just happened to bump into him. It's an old friend.
Right. Always nice to say hi to an old friend.
That is so true.
That is always great. So, okay, now that we get that out the way, topic number two. And this one is also another deep one. And it's, do you think there's a difference between love and being in love? You know, my ex actually brought this to my attention. First, before we even get into that, let's just say, and I'm gonna have to read just because I want to get it, verbatim. But according to Webster's dictionary, love is a noun and a verb. And the noun means it's a strong affection for another arising out of kinship or personal ties. And the verb definition means to hold dear, cherish, to like, or desire actively, or to take pleasure in. So when my ex had posed this comment to me a while ago, he was having a conversation with someone, and they were like, there's a difference between love and being in love. And he was like, there is. He was like, I don't agree. He was like, if there's a difference, he was like, tell me what it is,
Hmm.
and that really had me thinking, because I'm like, is there? Like, I'm going around the house, I'm posing questions to people, taking polls and everything. Like, so what do you think? Do you think that there's a difference? And I even asked my child, asked him, like, do you think there's a difference between love and being in love? He was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so what is it? And he pretty much said that it's the romantic feeling and the intention that you have with someone. So I said, oh, okay,
Well, I'm done. So, Okay, everybody, you heard what I said. No,
Right. On
that's
that note,
right.
let's take another one.
Let's take another one on that note. Gosh.
Yes. So, and with that, I've just been pondering because now I'm like, do I think there's a difference between the two? And listening to like the definition of it, where strong affection for, hold dear, cherish, desire. And when I hear those words that kind of stand out, it makes me think, well, maybe there's not a difference because I mean, these cherish and desire, that seems like that would be romantic where people would think, in love. So does that mean that we're just constantly in love, with everybody? Or is there a difference? And I don't know. I don't know. This is just such a doozy. I don't know. I mean, I think love is an action word. I think if I love you, then I love you. There may be some days where I don't like you or you might get on my nerves,
Hmm.
but I still love you. Love is a choice, and I choose to love these people, every day. But don't know if there's a difference. I think I love people differently. Like, I love you and our family differently than, like I love my child. I think, because he's a part of me. I think, that's something different. I'm going to have different affections, if it was
Hmm.
my man,
Hmm.
when that time comes, Uh, so I think there's a difference with that part, but I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Let's hear what you got to say, and then I might be able to add on a little bit,
No, that's all good. But from what you just said, that's why I think
hmm.
there is a difference.
Okay.
Because you just said that, whether if it's family
Hmm.
or friends
Hmm.
that you love them,
Hmm.
but that's not the same feeling that you have with your soon to
Hmm.
be man,
Hmm.
where
Hmm.
with your man it's like you'll do anything.
Hmm. Hmm.
You'll cut his toenails, you know, pop
Yes.
his pimples.
Right.
You won't do that for me, probably. And so that's why I
Probably
think
not.
there's that difference where I
Uh-huh.
love you, but you're in love with someone where you'll do any and everything that's out of the ordinary, where you'll be like,
Mhm.
damn, am I really cutting this dude's
Yeah,
toenails? you
you know,
know what?
not to cut you off, but that really makes me think about me and my ex. And I remember there was this one time that, like you said, there's loving differently. He was in the bathroom,
uh
you do doing a little bit, extra in there, and
yeah,
he was like, "Oh, I'm hungry. Can you bring me a pork chop sandwich?" And this was before, we stopped eating meat. And
yeah.
so I go in the kitchen, I warm up the sandwich, I bring it to him, and we're literally having this conversation with the door open while he's just using the bathroom. And yeah, that's probably something I
That's
would
in
not
love.
do with
That's
you.
in love. That's in love right there. And that's why I think there is a difference because yeah, I don't even go that far, but that yeah, that's being in love where you'll just do anything and you don't even think twice. You're like, yeah, sure.
Hmm.
Go heat up some
Hmm.
pork chops,
Right.
but one thing I learned from one of my fellow my I guess business partner, whatever you
Hmm.
where he's now a pastor
Hmm.
and he always goes out and he tells me he'll tell whomever I love you, whether
Hmm.
if it's someone that he may even have just met a couple times and he may have had a couple conversations with him over the phone, but
Hmm.
he'll still be like love you, and it's
Hmm.
it's a different kind of love. It's not, of course he's not in love,
Right.
he probably never met some people, and
Hmm.
I'm not his companion, he has a
Right.
wife
Right.
and two girls and everything like that,
Hmm.
but it's just that I love you, meaning I care for you,
Hmm.
meaning that I know you're an amazing person, and
Hmm.
you hold a place in my heart, and I will
Hmm.
continue to pray. I'll continue
Right.
to to be there for you if you ever need me.
Hmm.
That's kind of
Hmm.
love. But being
Hmm.
in love is having the door open, having those conversations, and going to the kitchen, cooking up some food. That's why I think that's why I think there's a big difference. That's cool, man. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'll go that far. I'm in love, but I don't know if I'll go that far. Though. Maybe
Yeah,
I probably would if it happened. I
right.
would.
Say if
Oh
it
yeah.
presented itself,
I
yeah.
yeah.
I guess you never really know what you'll do until you like in that situation. It's like,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
why not? But I, I still, I don't know. That's kind of, my response. I hear what you're saying, and I do think that there's a difference, and I don't know, I could be contradicting myself. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. So I'm sitting here thinking about everything that you said, and I do think, not necessarily saying you, I do think some people might equate like being in love with infatuation or lust or saying that yearning feeling that you have for someone, and that's not necessarily love, but I think
Right.
people equate like those that feeling, that emotion with that, so I guess I'm that person where if I love you, despite that, being in love or love, if it's romantic or not, if, if I say I'm gonna do something for you, or if you ask me to do something for you, I'll do it. At least I'll try, and I think, most of the people that I love probably won't ask me to bring them a sandwich while they in the bathroom, but it might be something else that they might ask of me. And, so I guess, like you said, with that feeling of being in love, it's like you want to do anything and everything, for that person. You want to go above and beyond. And I think I will attempt to go above and beyond for anybody, that I love, not necessarily, that in love, so whoever it is, I'm
So
gonna
so
try to.
so hold on.
Mhm.
So if you have a
Okay.
part, so so you're saying, so if you have a party at
Uh-huh.
your house, and you have
Okay.
friends come over, and
Uh-huh.
your friends in the bathroom opens up the
Uh-huh.
door and says, hey, come here, hey Precious, come here for a sec, and they got the door open, what would you do?
I probably would go, but I wouldn't have that in-depth probably conversation, you know. But I'll be like, I'll peek in like, what's up?
All right,
What
okay.
what you need? Like we missing some toilet paper? What's what's going on? So I think that comes with probably age too. I
uh,
think age has changed some things, because before, back then, I was younger. I don't know the things that I know now, and at this big age of mine, I've definitely set boundaries, so there's some things that I'm probably not willing to risk or do anymore.
right,
But
right.
I don't know. Even with that being said, I'm still on the fence.
Okay, all right,
With
hey.
it, I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to ponder, and we'll have to bring it back on another episode. We'll
Yeah, we
definitely
can
have to bring
also
this back up.
for those that are listening, comment about that.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
great.
Those of you are listening, do you feel that there's a difference between loving
Right.
someone and being in love? We definitely want to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, I would love to hear everybody's opinion. That would be great. Yeah, we could definitely, yeah, we'll have to bring that up on the next episode. Absolutely. So, okay, well, I guess now it's time for three things, and you chose this topic. You want to get into it with our three things?
All right. Well, for today,
Okay.
three things that you're most known for.
Okay, okay.
It took me a long time to think of. All right.
Look, I did my last one right before the show started. So
It took me a minute, and so you know, no judgment zone in this household. So,
absolutely
uh,
not.
my first is me making sure that my family is taken care of. So it's sacrificing. I know that we talked a little bit about like being selfish, and everything like that
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
previous podcast, but it's simply about making sure that everybody's taken care of, and kind of doing whatever it takes. Sometimes I have to wake up early, sometimes I have to stay late, but I just want to make
Mm-hmm.
sure things get done. And sometimes I'm just overly exhausted, but I
Yeah.
know I'm doing it for the family. And so
Mm-hmm.
I feel that I'm known for not necessarily giving up, but just going out there and doing whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny because I have on my phone, uh let's see if I can pull it, just a little thing that I have. Try to see if I can have it. I'll just you just see it here. Just I don't know if you can see it. Just like sacrifice and make it happen.
Yep. Yep. I see it.
And so that's just my motto that I go by. Number two is you had kind of mentioned a little bit in the previous
Okay.
episode. I just feel that I'm known for, this is back in the day and in my
Mm-mm.
teens and 20s, being a good athlete.
Okay. Yes, that you were
uh
awesome.
so that's what I feel I'm known for, going from
hmm
tennis, having
hmm
different trophies, and having the ability,
I
even though
forgot about the tennis.
even though I was too young to make that decision myself, but I had
hmm
a possible ability to practice with some high level people, to play in different
Nice.
tournaments,
hmm
basketball, but most notably football. I remember in
hmm
high school, I had some people that were just talking about how I was catching everything.
Yeah.
And it didn't relate too well in college, and that's what
hmm
various other reasons. But just being known for
hmm
the track star, known for the high jump, known for the
Yep.
long jump, known for all
Yep.
that stuff.
That part.
Yeah, and that's, I feel that, if, like you talked about, I feel if I'd known some things
Mm,
now, I would have trained a little bit differently back then.
yeah.
But I felt I had a good life in terms of being an athlete.
hmm
And the third thing that I feel like,
Look,
you
I
like you,
remember those races in front of the house. I remember that. So yes, you're
okay,
definitely known
that's
for
what I'm
that.
talking about. Yeah, and the third thing that I feel like I'm known for, and we kind of had a conversation off air about, just not
Okay.
what I'm not my third thing, but just about
hmm
certain things, is the ability to wiggle my ears.
Oh, right. I forgot
So
about
so
that.
that's what I feel that I'm known for, and I'm sure you guys are like, do
You're
it, do
right.
it, do it, do it, do it. Nope, no, I'm kidding. All right, so
Oh
let
my
me I'm gonna take this
goodness.
off, so I'm gonna take this off so you guys can see a little bit, but
Yes.
and then I could
Oh
also,
my
for those of you listening, I could fold it in too a little bit. I know this is going really crazy. I could fold it in and pop it out, and sometimes I can make it stick.
Not
So
that you went
I know
way, way,
I
way
went
back in
way
the
back
day.
because I took my, people would make fun of my ears and everything like that, and I took it into a
hmm
positive, where now I have people like, do it, wiggle
Right,
your ears.
right.
But I turned that into a positive, to where I
Yeah.
embraced that. So
hmm
sacrificing, making it happen, being known for an athlete, and the ability to wiggle.
Oh, those were good. Yes. Oh my
So
goodness, that brought us back. You heard them.
you heard what I said.
Okay, right.
On that note, if you got a little bit left in your cup there,
Oh yeah, I refill.
I'm glad I didn't take a sip yet. Ooh.
Oh,
All right. Oh,
okay. My three things are, I guess the first one, first and foremost, people will probably be like, I'm known for my sarcasm. It's definitely a part of
okay.
who I am. you know, what can I say? You know, that's just me all day, every day. I'm sarcastic as heck. It's like either you love it or you don't, you know.
Uh,
uh I'm also known for, I guess the second thing is giving advice. Even since
be
I was
good.
little, people would always come to me with like their questions, comments, concerns, whatever it was. And what do you think? What should I do? You know, then I would
Hmm.
tell them, and going back to I don't remember what was said. So they'd be like,
Right.
wait, slow down, slow down. What was it? I'm like, I don't remember.
Right. Gotta
Like,
hit
you
that
should have
record button.
recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
should have recorded it. But that goes from back in the early teen years up until shoot, probably yesterday. you know, somebody's always coming to me. And sometimes now I'm like, okay, wait, not today. you
Hmm.
know, give me a minute, before I can help you. I got to make sure that I'm good, but definitely known for
That's
that.
good.
Yeah. And lastly, I think I'm known for my big old eyes. you know, everybody is like, "Ooh, your eyes." I think that's the first thing that somebody would notice. They'll be like, pull your hair back, pull your hair back. Your eyes are so pretty, and it's like, yeah, they big, but I'll take it. I
Right?
love them. I love them.
I
So,
like it.
yeah, that part. Hmm.
That's awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. So once again, another episode, on the books for us. Always a great time, talking with you. I see you finished what was in that
I know.
glass of
Yeah, I
yours.
did get a chance to have a refill yet, but maybe
let
someone
me
was.
knock
Maybe
mine
someone
back.
was. I don't think anybody could hear me. But
Yeah, let me finish mine so I could be right along with you.
it's all good. And while you do that, again, we appreciate you guys liking, commenting, sharing. And if there's any topics that you want us to talk about in the future, definitely let us know and we'll kind of put it in the rotation because we definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to hear what you want to hear. And you heard what I said, you heard what she said. So
Absolutely, absolutely. So until next time, this is Precious at Precious Said 888.
and this is Keon at Keon Said. Where's it at here? Oh, this one, 37.
Oh, not the number.
I got
Oh
the
my
number.
goodness. Yes,
Yep,
we're gonna
yep.
have to talk about the significance on the next show.
Well, that's all
Yeah.
good. Maybe those that
Hmm.
know they see the color shirt that I got on, so it's all good.
Right,
But yeah,
right.
Keon said 37. How you can reach me.
All right. Yes. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again next week. This one was a doozy.
What's that? What was?
The topics. I mean, I was like going back and forth because I'm like, I don't know what I think or anything.
So I'm just gonna go off the top of the dome. You know, I said
Oh.
this is where I'm from. No, don't get me started. I can flow to any tempo. You know, let's go for the show, and I'm gonna show you some more how I do it from the 5 tray back in the city. About to do a diddy diddy style. I profile. No.
Okay,
Stop.
go ahead with it.
That is not going in that is not going in,
Outtakes,
no,
outtakes.
no, no.
And I couldn't think of a third one. And I was like, should I say my eyes? I was like, because every time I see somebody, they say something about my eyes.
That's a good one. I should have put that down too, but I didn't think about that one.
I
That's
might
a
as
good one.
well write it down because I sure don't have anything because I left it blank. They like, you ain't known for nothing.
That was a tough one though.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of You Heard What I Said. And if you like what nope, let's start that over. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of You Heard What I Said, where we discuss real, raw conversations about life, love, relationships, and the lessons we've learned. As always, subscribe, share, and enjoy the content. Nope, that ain't right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of You Heard What I Said, where we discuss real, raw conversations about life. No, I'm trying to like
Dude,
read it and look at the camera.
that was a big pause. I'm sorry, my bad. That was a pause. Like, what would you heard what I said that you paused for like 2 seconds. So
I keep forgetting to add that part. I was trying to like remember off the dome, and it was like, nope, not today.
welcome to You Heard What I Said podcast, where we discuss real, raw conversations about life, love, relationships, and the lessons we've learned.
They'll be like, I think people be like, who the hell is this? Did you hear the baby in the background? Oh, okay, good. Because
Did
I'm
you
like,
hear? Did you hear our AC fan not coming on? No. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.